This review is of a Mercedes-Benz, so there's a holographic licensing logo on the box, and at the end there's a picture of the model inside. This model comes in a now standard Conrad style box, and inside the model is very well protected by the foam-backed cardboard. This truck is another limited edition for the Vancy group, and it's in the colours of the French demolition company Cardem, and only 300 have been made. As collectors of Conrad trucks will know, the first thing you have to do is to separate the mirrors and aerials. These are provided on moulding sprues, and you can either twist them off like this, or cut them off with a sharp knife. Once you've got the parts off, you can then start adding them to the model. And sometimes you either need to clean the paint out of the holes using a screwdriver like this, or trim the plastic on the mirror a little bit so that it goes in easily. They are a press fit into the cab, and once they're in, they usually stay in quite well. The big door mirrors are also moulded with a thin end and a fat end, and that's helpful because it means you can only install them the right way up. The aerials are quite soft, so the easiest way to put those in is perhaps with a pair of tweezers. One last part to add is the grab, which doesn't fit well on the loader arm for transport, but you can just carefully position it on the side. The 8x4 chassis is detailed with the transmission modelled in plastic, with a short length of the drive shaft missing because of the steering mechanism. The Actros cab looks good with the textured door mirrors, and the simple Cardem graphics give it a sharp look. Behind the cab there's a nicely finished exhaust, and although the loader arm is quite simple, it looks pretty good. At the back there are painted lights, and it's good that the model has realistic number plates. The roll-on roll-off container is nicely modelled in metal with the structure standing out. Now we head out onto the Cranes Etc. Auto route, and this truck rolls particularly nicely, helped by its heavy weight. Let's now grab it by the giant loader arm and take a look underneath. All the wheels turn independently and the rear ones have some float to represent suspension, and the steering at the front is very good. You can set it to a hard lock and the model turns realistically. As you would expect, the cab does tilt and it works well, and it can be posed tilted. This is a roll-on roll-off truck, so let's see how the container is unloaded from the truck, and it's quite an interesting mechanism. The hook mechanism simply pushes the container off the end of the truck, and although they're not modelled, the container rolls on rollers at the end. The purpose of all this is to allow the container to remain on site so it can be loaded whenever there's something to put in it. And in the meantime, the truck can either pick up another container or go for a nice drive in the country where you can listen to the birds sing and the cows mooing. If that thought made you start mooing uncontrollably, I suggest you visit your doctor. But in the meantime, we'll unload the loader arm and see how that works. And it's got quite a stiff mechanism and works well. And the grab also opens and closes and rotates. There is one modelling compromise though, and the small stabilisers for the loader arm are non-functional. Now we move on to a couple of genuine imitation real-life tests. And the first thing we'll do is take our truck to the job site to pick up a loaded container. There's another function for the container if you flick the clip at the back. All you then need to do is to open the door, and then you can tip the container. Overall, this is a very nice model from Conrad. As usual, it's strong, robust and well engineered, and as a limited edition it looks particularly good with other models in Cardem colours. It's an interesting truck with a good level of detailing, and as it's a limited edition, it's highly recommended.